Hey guys, it's Esme and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm super excited to share with you guys my delicious pumpkin spice cupcake recipe with a cream cheese frosting. Because this week, of course, it's the first week of fall. So I figured what better way to celebrate and kick off the first week of fall with a delicious fall pumpkin spice cupcake. So if you want to learn how to make these from scratch, then go ahead and keep on watching. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. So first up, we want to make sure we preheat our oven to 350 because nothing's worse than when you have your batter ready in your cupcake mold and you still have to wait for your oven to preheat. Okay, now that our oven's preheating, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with our dry ingredients. So in my bowl, I already have my flour, and to my flour, I'm just gonna go ahead and add all of my spices, which is just my salt, baking soda, baking powder, cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, and cloves. So let's go ahead and sprinkle it in. Get all the delicious spices in there. And we're gonna go ahead and just give it a nice little mix. Just so that everything's well incorporated. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and set it aside and get started on our wet ingredients. Alright guys, so for my wet ingredients, I'm going to be using my stand mixture, but don't worry, you don't need a stand mixture for this recipe. You can always use a hand mixture, or if you got strong arms, you can go ahead and use a whisk. So, to my stand mixture fitted with a paddle attachment, I'm going to go ahead and throw in my brown sugar and my white granulated sugar, and we just want to get that nice and mixed so that there's no clumps in it. Alright guys, it looks like my sugar is nice and mixed with no clumps. So to our sugars, we're gonna go ahead and add our softened butter. And of course, if you forgot to soften your butter, you know, you can always throw it in the microwave for a few seconds, so that's not a problem. It's definitely what I did before I started filming this. And we're also gonna add just half of our oil. So just kind of eyeball it, you don't have to be exact. And that looks like about half. And now we give it a good mix, and this you want to go ahead and mix it till it's pale and fluffy. So that's looking nice and pale and fluffy, and of course you want to be taking your spatula and just give the bowl a nice scrape just to make sure everything's getting nice and mixed together. Alright, that looks good. And now we're going to go ahead and add in the remaining of our oil. Get every last drop in there. And now we mix. And as this is mixing, we're going to go ahead and add in our eggs. You're going to want to add them one at a time. I'm actually going to slow it down a little bit. And we're just going to plop. There goes the first egg. And now goes in our second egg. And now we're going to want to throw in our vanilla extract. And just make sure it's nice and mixed. Okay guys, our wet ingredients are all ready, and now it's time to mix our dry ingredients with our wet ingredients. And see you guys, we're almost done. I told you guys, this is a really easy recipe. So again, I'm just going to scrape around my bowl to make sure that all that stuff is nicely mixed. Okay, so we're gonna take our dry ingredients and we're just gonna add half. So again, just eyeball it. That looks about half. And here's a little trick. So we're gonna go ahead and mix it just so that it's almost combined. You don't wanna fully combine it, just get it to the point where it's almost there. Just mix it on slow because of course you don't want a giant poop of flour to hit you right in your face, because that has happened to me. Okay, and now that that looks almost mixed, we're going to go ahead and throw in our orange juice and our can of pumpkin puree. Now I'm going to be taking a little spatula because it just makes it a little bit easier to get all this deliciousness in here. And again, with your with the pumpkin and the orange juice, you also want to go ahead and mix it till it's almost mixed, not mixed all the way. That looks good. And now we're gonna go ahead and throw in the remainder of our flour mixture. And again, make sure you go on slow. You don't want a poof ball of flour in your face. And you just kind of want to watch it. You don't want it all to get incorporated because we're gonna finish mixing it by folding it. So that looks good. Now I'm just gonna scrape everything off the spatula. We don't want to leave anything behind. Okay. Now I'm gonna take the bowl off of my stand mixture and I'm just gonna finish mixing it by folding the batter within itself. So you're just gonna want to go up and down, up and down. And this also helps so that you don't have anything left at the bottom. That's always the worst when you use the stand mixture and there's like a little clump of flour or ingredients at the bottom that didn't get mixed in well. You want to make sure you fold it nicely. Alright guys, now that everything is nice and folded in, I'm going to go ahead and fill up our cupcake tin. Now here's my little tip for when you fill up cupcakes. I always find it easy when you use a little ice cream scoop. It always feels like it's just the perfect amount. So let's go ahead and fill up our cupcake molds about a little bit more than halfway. Alright guys, now that our cupcake tin is all full, ready to go, let's go ahead and pop these in the oven. They're going to take about 18 to 22 minutes, or of course until a toothpick comes out clean. Okay guys, so while our cupcakes are baking, we're going to go ahead and make our delicious cream cheese frosting. I'm telling you guys, these cupcakes with this cream cheese frosting are going to be absolutely delicious. So first we're going to get started with our softened cream cheese. We're just going to go ahead and pop that right into our mixer along with our softened butter. Again, if you guys didn't soften it ahead of time, just pop it in the microwave for a few seconds and it'll be fine. So we're going to go ahead and get this nice and mixed. Okay guys, now that our butter and our cream cheese are nice and mixed together, we're gonna go ahead and add in our sugar. I like to add my sugar in small increments because I find that if you dump it all in at once, you're gonna get a cloud of sugar. So we're just gonna add in a little bit, and also you don't have to add in all the sugar. Sometimes when I make these for my mom, she doesn't like the cream cheese too sweet, so I'll just leave a little chunk out. Really, just go by your taste. If you like it really sweet, dump it all in. If you don't want it as sweet, then maybe just leave a little bit out. We're gonna go ahead and get that mixed. Okay, add a little bit more. And I'm actually not gonna add all of my sugar today because these are gonna be for my mom to eat later. So I'm just gonna leave that much out. And now we're gonna go ahead and add in our vanilla extract. And my secret ingredient to making the perfect cream cheese frosting that I'm about to give you guys right now is just the tiniest dash, little tiny drizzle of Amaretto liqueur. Amaretto? I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's gonna be right here. Just drop that little drop in. And give it a good mix. Our cream cheese looks nice and thick. It definitely has that peak we want. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and plop this into the fridge just for a few minutes, just to let it kind of thicken up and get a little bit thicker so that we can go ahead and pipe it on our cupcakes. Okay guys, so now that our cupcakes have fully baked and cooled, and we have our cream cheese inside our piping bag, I just went ahead and put a fun little tip on here. But of course, if you don't have piping bags or tips, you can always just use a Ziploc bag, cut off the corner, and plop some delicious cream cheese frosting on here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys how I do it. I usually like to make sure all the air comes out. And once we get our cream cheese just barely peeking out, I'm gonna go ahead and start from the middle, do pressure and then do the swirl. That's how you get that perfect high swirl. So I'm going to show you guys again. We start from the middle and swirl. We're just going to do it on all of our cupcakes. And there we have it, you guys. Of course, you can go ahead, put some sprinkles on here, do a cute little topper, whatever you like. I'm gonna go ahead and leave them just like this, and they're officially ready to enjoy. Of course, we gotta do a taste test, right? So let's go ahead and just peel it back. Let's see. Are these gonna be just as delicious as I know they are? Definitely smell good. Oh my god, you guys. These are so good. You guys definitely need to try them. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I really hope you learned how to make some delicious pumpkin spice cupcakes. Please let me know if you're gonna go ahead and try this video because I would love to know. Comment down below what's your favorite fall activity. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!